Tameside Radio Sports Talk with Betfred. Visit your local Betfred shop today for a variety of great offers and check out our app for great features like Pick Your Punt Builder. Whenever you bet, Betfred. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Well, hello and welcome. This is Sports Talk with me, Lewis Connell, and as always, I'm joined by Peter Spencer from Betfred. How are you today?
Great, no problems at all.
Fantastic. Well, we'll start with the Sports Personality of the Year award then. With the Olympics coming up this weekend, of course, the shortlist is hugely dominated, unsurprisingly, by a lot of Olympians, isn't it? With Betfred.
Yeah, the Olympics do tend to dominate the Sports Personality of the Year. I often think, and I was once on the judging panel of this in my previous life, but they often go for people who appeared on the BBC because they need the film. So they project the people who are on the BBC. Now, the Olympics is on the BBC. Consequently, 5 of the top 10 on the Betfred list are Olympians or potential medal winners for the GB team. So we start off with Luke Littler. Now, he is the favourite for the BBC 2024 Sports Personality of the Year. He obviously is a fantastic darts player from Warrington. He's 5-2 shot. Mark Cavendish, the superstar cyclist from the Isle of Man, he's a 5-1 shot. And then we get the first of the would-be medal winners in the Olympic Games. This is Wigan-born Keely Hodgkinson. She's a 10-1 shot, 19 years of age, 800 metre runner. She's 10-1. Third favourite for the Sports Personality of the Year, but expect those odds to change quite dramatically should she win gold. Then we've got Jude Bellingham, the footballer who was amongst the top 3 favourites at one stage before the Euros, but has drifted now because he's kind of faded in that competition. The Real Madrid midfielder, Jude Bellingham, he's a 10-1 shot. Same as Keely Hodgkinson, as it happens. Then we've got Molly Cowdrey. Now, she's the world indoor pole vault champion from Cornwall. She's a 14-1 shot. She's in the Olympics in Paris on Friday, of course. Joshua Kerr, Edinburgh-born, been training in America. He's a 1,500 metre specialist. He's 20-1. Then we've got Katarina Johnson-Thompson. She's a sprinter, 25-1. Adam Peaty, probably our most famous swimmer in recent years. He's a 25-1 shot. Then we got Jack Draper, 33-1. He's the London-born tennis ace. He reached number 26 in the world rankings at one stage of his career. And then probably the person who I think has got a great chance of winning it, if England start turning it on at cricket, that's James Anderson. Very, very attractive, 33-1. He's been the best bowler, the best pace bowler for many, many years. 33-1. What a great value that is in that particular bet there. 33-1 to be the 2024 Sports Personality of the Year.
Yeah, I won't be surprised to see that. He's been fantastic, of course. So that's a very good bet if you're looking to put a bet on for the Sports Personality of the Year. Just moving on to the Betfred Super League then. There was a big shock at the weekend with Hull beating the league leaders Wigan.
Yeah, that was a sensational result. 24-22 in Hull FC's favour against the league leaders Wigan. Nobody saw that coming. We certainly didn't. So it's drastically affected the odds to win the Betfred Super League outright in the grand final at Old Trafford. Wigan still favourites, of course, because they're 2 points clear now with a game in hand. They are 4-5 favourites to become the champions again. Next up, St Helens. They were beaten by Warrington, another shock. Beaten at home, St Helens. They're 7-2 second favourites. Then Warrington themselves, they've been cut in now to 6-1. Massively informed team. But they're visiting Wigan in the game of the weekend, fast approaching. Then we've got Hull KR, dark horses, 8-1. They were on the same number of points as Warrington, 26 points. Second, equal second behind Wigan, of course. Now, Catalan's Dragons interesting because they've been boosted by the U-turn by Sam Tompkins, a superstar rugby league player, one of the most well-known players of the modern era. He's done a U-turn. He's back in, so he's likely to play this weekend. Catalan Dragons been shortened now to 9-1 to go on and win Betfred Super League, and then probably the team that will qualify in 6th place, and of course it all matters, the top 6 places, Salford, they're 33-1. That another is a good value at Betfred, 33-1 to go on and win the grand final. So it's looking like it with those 6 who will be coming at the top 6 places, because next up is Leeds on 4 points behind Salford.
And we spoke about this on last week's show. England, they're after a new manager, of course, and the FA are looking at people like Eddie Howe. He's still the favourite, but there's also people like Lee Carsley and Graham Potter as well in the frame.
Yeah, I think Lee Carsley has got a better chance than the odds suggest, because he's done it all with the England under-21 team. The players seem to be getting younger in professional football, better educated through the academy systems, and a lot of people are saying that it's time for a change in the England setup. People like Harry Kane and others must feel their positions in jeopardy. Trippier as well. So there's so many players in that squad who must be looking over the shoulders. If Lee Carsley got the job, there would be a huge overhaul, and that may be what the FA are looking for. He's a 3-1 shot to get Southgate's former position. 3rd favourite, Eddie Howe. Everyone's backing him because, and the boss Fred Done's backing him as well. He thinks that Eddie Howe is the best of the English contingent, and he does think it should be an England guy who is the manager of the national team. Eddie Howe made a statement. He didn't actually say he didn't want to go. He said about how if he's happy in Newcastle, if everything goes his way, blah, 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 suggesting big time to people like me, looking between the lines, that Eddie Howe is not ruling it out 2-1 at Betfred and the favourite. Then we've got Graham Potter. He's another one. He's saying how he's putting his hat in the ring, looking for a new challenge, blah, blah, blah. I.e., come and get me. That's what he's really saying. So we've got Eddie Howe and Graham Potter, come and get me merchants. Lee Carsley, perfect position to come in and get the job. So from the top, Eddie Howe, 2-1. Steady favourite for some time now. Steady Eddie. Then we got Graham Potter, 5-2. Lee Carsley, 3-1. Now then, we've now got the so-called superstar managers from foreign field. We've got Klopp, 8-1. He's been shortened. Radio silence with him. Pochettino, similar. He's made little statements. 9-1. Then Tuchel is 16-1. Guardiola, now he's the person that the FA would roll the red carpet out for. They definitely want him. But it's whether Guardiola would jump from City. Probably not. That's why he's 25-1 at Betfred for the England job.
Yeah, that would be a dream appointment, that, for the FA, but I think they'd have to at least wait a few years for that, and even then it'd probably be unlikely, but we can always dream, of course.
So City fans wouldn't want to dream, would they? They want him to stay at City.
Well, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you give it away there.
There you go. But to be fair, I do think he will leave when his contract expires next year, because it is due to expire, isn't it? But
yeah,
you never know.
He's stuck around at City longer than people expected, and he is now in a rebuild phase at the club, because there's players looking to move on, such as Ederson, a lot of question marks about De Bruyne. So I do think it's a slight rebuild, but he's such a brilliant manager. He'll be gradually changing the team rather than a huge overhaul.
And just to finish, we've got some odds on the US election, of course. Joe Biden's pulled out. He's no longer running for that. And the favourite now is Donald Trump.
Yeah, on Friday we were talking about this, and Joe Biden was the 4th favourite, which is unprecedented when it's a 2-horse race. But he was behind other Democrats because the word was that it was just a matter of time before he threw in his towel. He's done that now. He's made what people are saying is a patriotic decision to call quits on his job. Donald Trump, on the back of that, he has now shortened now, so Betfred have him at 8 to 15 to win the race to the White House. Kamala Harris, now she's been Biden's deputy for many years. People are saying that she didn't raise a profile enough during that regime, but you don't know whether she was told not to by Biden, who was determined to take on Trump at that stage. Michelle Obama, she's a 14 to 1 shot. Interesting there that her husband, the ex-president, of course, hasn't endorsed Kamala Harris, which suggests that he might be thinking it's time for his wife. She was a first-class first lady. And then Gavin Newsom, who's the California Democrat governor, I did think he would be in with a better chance, but looks like I'm wrong on that because he's drifted out now to 50 to 1. I think the Democrats would be wise to pick a woman candidate because of Trump's history. So it is looking like Kamala Harris, 2 to 1 shot at Betfred to be the next president, and Michelle Obama, 14 to 1. Both people with colour as well, and that'll help their cause in America.
Well, thank you very much, as always, for joining us, Peter. We do appreciate that. And if you do fancy a bet, you can bet online, on the app, or in Betfred stores. And we'll see you at the same time on Friday.
No problem at all.
Tameside Radio Sports Talk with Betfred. Visit your local Betfred shop today for a variety of great offers and check out our app for great features like Pick Your Punts Builder. Whenever you bet, Betfred. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.